Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I thought today we would maybe just have a look at some of my eyeshadow palettes for 2020. I don't have all that many. I only started doing makeup a little while ago, so I thought we could have a look at what I've got, more or less what I like about them. I won't be swatching all of them because that'll take forever, and just kind of, you know, what I want to hit pan on, what I don't foresee keeping, and what I really like. So the first one is the, is that in focus? The ColourPop Sweet Talk palette, and I'm a huge fan of ColourPop, so I purchased this, I think it was in November, and it is beautiful. It has the most gorgeous sort of peaches and pinks. It has a Super Shock shadow here, which is a nice, I don't know if you can see that, but it's a nice metallic pink color, which is really nice for an inner highlight. I made the mistake of trying to use this with a wet brush, which didn't work. Oops. But yeah, there are two pressed glitters in this palette, which I don't love because I don't know how eye safe they are, and they are super chunky, and I'm really scared of getting that into my eye. But otherwise, this is a really nice neutral everyday palette with a touch of peach and pink, which I really like. So I will be keeping this for this year and hopefully get a little bit more wear out of it. Next up, Foschini. This is their all-woman palette, and this is the Madagascar palette, and I purchased this obviously from Foschini. That's the only place you can get it, and this sells for about 200 Rand, but these colors are gorgeous. They are so pretty. Lots of pigment, super creamy color payoff. The only problem is that it gives you a lot of kickback, but that's fine for the price of what it is. Really not a bad palette. You can see that I tend to stick to my warmer tones, which I like, but there's some interesting colors in between. The mattes are not terrible, actually. They blend quite nicely. They're quite soft, but the shimmers and the metallics are super pigmented and perform really well for the price. So I love this one. I have another Foschini. No, this is Makeup Revolution. Oh, look what a bad condition it is in. Yikes. This is the Ultra Eyeshadows, Flawless Ultra Eyeshadows. It's probably one of the first Revolution palettes that I got. It's in quite a state, as you can see. It's quite dirty. This is nice. It's a nice everyday neutral palette. I'm not sure if I'm going to be keeping this beyond this year. Look at this cool black. Oh, so shiny. I don't know if I'll be keeping it beyond this year. We'll see how I do in 2020 with it. You can see I've started to make dents in some of the shimmer colors. Like most Makeup Revolution stuff, it's quite good. Palettes, the size is quite small of the little pans, but the palette gives you a lot of colors. The only problem I find is that a lot of the looks look the same. It's quite same looking. So I don't know, maybe at the end of the year I might pass this on to someone who can use it more than I can. Something else from Revolution, and this is probably one of my favorite palettes at the moment. This is the Forever Flawless Decadent palette, and this is in a tin, and it's got marble on, and it is, guys, it is so pretty, and it feels super high quality. Just mind my face there in this mirror. Oops. But it's very warm toned. It reminds me a little bit of the Natasha Denona. I think it's the Sunrise palette, I'm not sure, but very beautiful. The shimmers are super pigmented. Color payoff is really good, so I am loving this one lately. I definitely will not be getting rid of it for a while. It can also look a bit samey when you put them on, but perhaps I haven't really been playing as much as I should have, so I'm going to experiment more with that and see. Next on my list is the Urban Decay Naked Reloaded palette, and I don't love this one. It was fine when I did a cut crease the other day, then it performed quite well, but I'm a huge fan of Urban Decay, but I found that this did not pay off as well That's a really nice color. That's, what is that one? Reputation. And I also really like Angel Fire. So it's a very neutral palette with some pinks in it. It reminds me a bit of, what does it remind me of? There's an ABH palette that it reminds me of. But I don't know, I don't think it performs as well as the other Urban Decay palettes. And also don't like this sort of plush satin cover, which gets very dirty and gross. I have another color pop. This is the, what is this? It's My Pleasure, which is very purple. I'm not going to hold it up because it actually needs a repress. But this is a very purple palette. Lots of shimmers. What I love about this palette is that it has no pressed glitters. Look at that. That is insane. Whoosh. Guys, what even? What even? So I need to play around doing more cut creases with this. I'm not a huge purple fan, but it felt like something nice to have in my collection. I'm making such a mess on my hands, but so I'm going to try stop swatching. But just look at this color. Just look at that, dude. So that's super pretty. I need to play around with purples more, but this is a nice incentive to do it, and it's a really nice affordable option for me to play around with purple. I have a Wet n Wild. These are their little 10-pan palettes. This is the Comfort Zone palette. I did a cut crease with it the other day, and I really like it. The only problem I have in this palette is the screen. Oh, look at my poor hands. What finger have I not used? This one. It's, I don't know if you can see, but it's really patchy and it doesn't show up well on my skin at all. So I have to work it quite a lot because it's a pretty green, and I would like to use it in particular with this duochrome here and this sort of sparkly browny black color. It works really well, but I don't get it to show up, so I have to use a wet brush and then my finger and then more wet brush. But these are quite nice and they're very affordable. I think they're like 129 bucks, so I enjoy this tremendously. Another one is also from Revolution. So I'm a huge fan of Makeup Revolution, and this is the Roxy Roxsaurus Ride or Die, and I'm super hard on my palettes. You can see they don't look very good. Oops. Open. This is beautiful, gorgeous palette, something different. As you can see, I tend to use the warmer colors, the pinks, the yellows, the golds, well, not the yellows, but the pinks and golds quite a lot. So I need to play with this one a little bit more. It's a beautiful palette. This shimmer here, Cranberry, I've made a huge dent in because it needs quite a lot of work. It needs also a wet brush for it to perform well, but this is very nice. And sometimes you get these on special at Clicks, where it's like buy 3 get 1 free, something like that. Another Makeup Revolution that I'm probably going to get rid of this year, declutter, give it to someone who can use it, is the Tammy palette. I did like it. It has the bigger transition shades, which are nice. I don't know, I'm not getting a lot of use out of it. When we won the Rugby World Cup, I used the green and the yellow, which was super pretty, but I don't really know what else to do with this. So maybe I should spend more time with this, because I see there's a nice peach actually. Let's see, how does it perform? Oh, that's quite nice. 4 hands, it's such a mess. Yeah, that's quite nice. So maybe I won't declutter it. Maybe I'll give it a chance this year and play around with it a little bit, see how it goes. This is another Fushimi palette, and this is the what is this one called? Puerto Rico. So they're named after places, these ones in particular. But this is, guys, this is a really good palette. Remember that green I spoke about in the Comfort Zone? Now here's a green that like really performs. I don't know where I want to put this. Wow. And then look at this purple. Dude, this is like 200 Rand. It's like really cheap. So these Fushimi palettes are winners, and I will definitely be using them more. I think I need to, now that I'm sort of learning how to do a cut crease, I think these nice bright colors will be very useful. Something I picked up recently, which I am in love with. So I spoke about the Naked Reloaded. This is the Urban Decay Naked Honey, and it is completely different to anything I've got. It is gorgeous. Look at these. So these are not, if you think about the ColourPop Honey palette, that is very, very yellow. This is more sort of your golds, your browns. It's more like a true honey. I've created 2 looks with this, and the color payoff is amazing. It comes with a beautiful brush as well. The mattes blend like a dream, and the shimmers are gorgeous, and it's really like nothing I've got in my collection. So it was pricey. Was at Foschini, it was 920, so it's on the pricier side, but was really worth it to me. Something else, this is my Ride or Die. It's my Soph X palette. When I was at conference this in January, I had a few people ask me to do their eyes, which is quite stressful because, you know, I'm just learning how to do makeup myself. Why do I always keep these things? I should throw it away. And I just know how to do like sort of eye makeup on myself. Excuse me. Oh, one more second. All these powders. So it's quite stressful doing it on other people, but I used this palette and I was so impressed with how it turned out. I was able to create quite a few different eye looks on this using this palette, and it performed amazingly on different eye shapes and on different skin types. So that's definitely a Ride or Die. And again, you can get it from Clicks. Let me just move this a little bit. Oops. You can get this from Clicks for, you know, on special at some point. This is a Per Festival palette, and this was available in a BoxyCharm, but I didn't get it in BoxyCharm. Also has a nice mirror in it, but these are gorgeous. Look at these colors. So I emailed Per and asked them about these pressed glitters. So there are 2 pressed glitters in the palette. You can see them there, and they are very pretty. Let me swatch them for you. So I emailed them and I actually asked them, so you've got to kind of work it quite a bit. I asked them about these glitters, if they're eye safe. And now the thing is, no glitter is truly eye safe because they can get into your eyes. But they said to me that all the colors in their palettes have been ophthalmologist tested. So I'm guessing it's somewhat safer. It's not completely safe, but it is somewhat safer than, say, the ColourPop pressed glitters. So I might try it with a glitter glue if I'm feeling a bit adventurous one of these days. I'm still not there yet. I do need to get a NYX glitter glue, and I'm gonna have to be very careful, but I would definitely use the glitters from the Per palette. Or is it Pure? I don't know. Another one from a BoxyCharm is the Butter London Natural Goddess palette. I really, 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 really like this one, this green in particular. These greens and pinks are so pretty. The only problem with this one is that there are not enough transition shades. So I feel like this random turquoise could have been a transition shade. So I usually use something else with it because I can't really get a cohesive look out of this. The packaging is so pretty though, and the shades, the shimmer shades are really pretty. It just feels like it really lacks a transition shade for me. But again, now that I'm doing more cut creases, it might be something I can play with a little bit more. Oh, this is something I have not used. This is the Rimmel, well, I've used it, but I probably forgot. The Rimmel, I can't say that word, Magnifies Spice Edition, and this is supposed to be a dupe for the Urban Decay Naked Heat. And the reason I didn't buy the Naked Heat was because I had this, and because people say they get a lot of the same looks from the Heat palette. I don't know, if I don't get decent, I can't open it, that's probably why I haven't used it. If I don't get some use out of it this year, this is also going to be donated. But yeah, it's, I don't know, it doesn't really speak to me at the moment, which makes me very glad that I didn't buy the Urban Decay version, which is a lot more expensive. This is an Elizabeth Arden palette that I got free in a gift set. Can I ever open these? Oh, guys, this is a blush. What happened? Oh no. Oh dear, rest in peace, blush. I don't know what happened, but my blush broke. It's very, very sad. So this was also in a gift set. Very pretty colors, sort of rose goldy, but more of the same of what I've got. But the quality is really good, being Elizabeth Arden. I'm really bummed about the blush. Oh, that sucks. I'll have to repress it. I'm learning how to repress stuff as well. I've bought some rubbing alcohol so I can figure out how to do that. This is something that should have been given away a long time ago. This is also Makeup Revolution. It's Redemption Palette, Mermaids versus Unicorns. I will never, oops, it's a shitty brush. I will never use this in my life, ever, 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 ever. These are not my colors. This is not a color story that speaks to me, and it was given to me for free. Look at that black. Do we like that? No, we don't. So I'm definitely going to donate this to someone who can use it more than I can. No, it's just awful. Like, I'd rather they actually didn't give it to me or give it to someone else. Another Elizabeth Arden, Please Don't Be Broken. It was also from that holiday set. Okay, this one's not broken, but these are awful. Like, I don't know where I would use those. I'm not very into cool tones, and this is a cool tone story that I'm not sure how I would use. So when I revisit this video at the end of the year, I'm probably going to give this away. But the blush is not broken, so there's that. This is the greatest tragedy of my life. This is a Fushini limited edition palette, and I left it on my table, and you know what happened? Pebbles knocked it over, and it fell, and it broke. Look at the, look how beautiful that is. It's like a dupe for the Huda nude palette, the new nudes, is that what it's called? With this beautiful shade, met its end, and now it's contaminating everything else, which is a bummer. So I'm gonna have to, oh, and this one, Matthew's gonna have to repress it for me because I don't know how. But like with the Fushini palettes that I mentioned before, the pigment is amazing. Look at these pressed glitters. Again, I'm not sure. Oh, what have I done? Yikes. Okay, guys, that was a mistake. But wow, just look at that. Just can you even? Like, I'm not going to use pressed glitters, I'm not sure, but like, that is insane, guys. Like, wow. So what they've done here is really amazing. Fushini really delivers high quality products for a really affordable price, and this is a good dupe. I just need to fix it after it got pebbled. I need to fix this. Something else from Fushini, it's the I Am Woman. You can see I really love Fushini palettes. Look how dirty. Oops, what a disaster. This is a dupe as well for the Natasha Denona. Is it the Sunset or is it the, I don't know. I get confused between the Sunset and Sunrise. But like, guys, what even? I'm running out of space on my hand. I keep saying that. It's like butter, guys. Really pretty for a nice warm look. So I like this very much, and it's got a lot of cool and warm browns in it. And I think that one was a bit cheaper. I think that was 139 Rand. A gift from my friend Priya. I love this. This is the ColourPop Baby Got Peach. It's really, really nice for your sort of summery looks. There's nothing too intense in here. So it is quite subtle. It's maybe for a more daytime look. It's really nice for work. Let me swatch this pressed glitter for you. I won't use it, but it's beautiful. Wow. Oh, you're probably getting blinded by the Fushini. Can you see it? It's like, let me do it again. And this one is called Hungry Ghost, and it is amazing. Okay, I've got to stop swatching because I'm making a mess. That's really pretty. Really, really like that one. Ooh, also picked this up the other day. It's the Urban Decay Naked Cherry, and just look how beautiful this packaging is. So this is again something I don't really have anything like it in my collection. It's lots of berry tones, very cool toned as well, but it is gorgeous. There's no true red in here. It's got purples, and it comes with, once again, Urban Decay's high quality brushes. Well, I think they're high quality. For me they are. So I put that in my brush collection, but this is I can't swatch anymore for you guys, sorry. Wait, let me try. There's a really nice color in here. It's called Bang Bang. It's such a pretty pink. I love it. So that's really pretty. Glad I bought that. Mattes blend really, really well. So it's really a nice cherry look. I know a lot of people don't like it because they feel it could be sort of more berry toned, but I love it. What else have we got here? Oh, more Makeup Revolution. This is the Flawless 4. Very pretty palette. It's more your sort of, reminds me a lot actually of the Naked Cherry now that I think about it. It's very, very pretty. I'll see what I can do with it this year. What's that in there? Well, I don't know what's in there. I'll see what I can do with it this year. If I get too many sort of samey looks as the Urban Decay Cherry, I will donate this to someone who can use it. A free gift from Revolution was the Iconic Pro one, and I was not thrilled with their last free gift, but this is amazing. This is such a nice palette. It is super pigmented. So I'll show you this one. This bronze is beautiful. It goes on like a dream. So this is a really nice travel palette. It's nice to take with. I haven't tried doing anyone else's eyes with that, but I don't know. Really, really pretty nice for traveling, and I wouldn't be too devastated if something happened to it. Ooh, this is the Violet Voss Essentials palette. I've only played with it once. But guys, how pretty is that? I did my first cut crease with this, and it is gorgeous. The colors are so, so, so pretty. You can do something neutral with it. You can add pops of color. It's my first and only Violet Voss palette, but it performs really, really well. If I could get more of it, I would definitely consider it. So really, really pretty. I like the packaging. It's very cute. But yeah, I like this. Very, very nice. I do not like this. Oh dear. This is the Catrice Fresh Nudes. It's not super shimmery. It's pinkies and brownies and neutrals, which I like. I just feel like it's missing some wow. But this was very cheap. This was 90 Rand, and this again would make a lovely travel palette. But I find that the colors tend to look quite muddy on me when I blend them all together. Maybe just my blending sucks, but on me it looks muddy, and I don't always get the look I want, and there's not enough shimmer, or the shimmers don't, if there are shimmers, don't pack enough punch. What have we got left here? Another one I don't love is the Revolution Neutrals versus Neutrals. I've got to throw these things away. So a lot of people rave about this. I don't know why. I'm not a fan. Colors are all kind of samey to me. Everything's a little bit samey. Maybe I'll give it another chance. I'm giving everything a chance this year, and if I don't like it towards the end of the year, then it's getting thrown out. Another one by Wet n Wild that I've used once and I really need to revisit. Probably because I can't open it. Oh, it's the Rosé in the Air, and this is a dupe for the Anastasia. Is it Modern Renaissance? I haven't gotten enough use out of this, and I should maybe try. Mostly because it's small and it fell at the bottom of my bag. So I'll try this and see. Something that I should probably get rid of is the LA Girl Nudes Brick. It is a supposed dupe for the Urban Decay Naked 3, and it performs quite well for $100. But it is quite old, so I should probably throw it away. That was when I just started getting into makeup. I bought that, and it was quite nice for what it was. Oh, I have a few more things. Okay. Guys, no, this has to be thrown away like yesterday. This is an Essence Smoky Eyes Duo, but I think it's like 500 years old. So that really needs to be thrown away. That's when I didn't know how to do makeup, and I would just like put one coat on my eyes. So a better option for a smoky eye, I think, would be this Clinique Smoky Eye Quad. It's beautiful and it's Clinique, so I will keep this. It doesn't close nicely. I think I broke something. Oh yeah, it fell. I'll fix that later. This is amazing. This was my first high-end palette, and it was the Urban Decay Moon Dust. To be honest, it was a bit of a silly purchase at the time because I didn't really know how to do makeup. But now that I know how to do cut creases, these I think will work really well as toppers. Okay, let's find a place. Can you see? Let's do it. These are amazing. These are like the OG glitter palettes. So now that I kind of know how to do cut creases, I might certainly use this a bit more. I was going to declutter and sell it, but now I really think I might have a need for it. What else should I swatch? Ooh, let's do that one. No, I think I'm going to have to play with this a bit more. So I'm definitely holding on to this. This was quite pricey, and this was 1,100 Rand from the Urban Decay store at Menlyn. And then last but not least, this was a gift from my friend Priya, and this is the Tarte's Pro To Go palette, and I love it. It is gorgeous, and it smells like chocolate. Tarte makes the most beautiful powders. They finely mold, they smell amazing, and they blend like a dream. So, phew, that was a lot of stuff for a beginner. That's what I've got. That's what I'm going through. I hope to check in again towards the end of the year to see the progress I've made, what I've added to the collection, what I've decluttered in the year, and what I plan on decluttering going forward. But I think there's really a lot of pressure if you are starting makeup, and if you follow sort of social media. There's a lot of pressure to have a lot of things, and I don't think you need to do that. I really just don't think you need to be pressured to have a lot of things. You could have a neutral palette, you could have a sort of palette that has smoky eye, or something like the Soph X palette, which does it all, and you're good to go. Because I really feel we should also be more conscious of what we're buying, and I'm the worst with that I create so much waste. And so yeah, that's something I want to do this year, is to really focus on hitting pans on the things I love, and the things that I'm not using, to give them to a good home before they expire. Someone can use them. Maybe I'll donate them to a women's shelter. I know a lot of people do that, or I've got friends that would love them. So yeah, that's my stuff. I'm really tired. I'm sorry I made a mess. I'm not very good at this, but yeah, I will chat to you all soon.